Hello friends and welcome back to the another amazing and a brand new live stream. So guys, today's topic is little different. So guys, today I want to talk about something that sits exactly at the border between the faith, cinema and science. So guys, many of you have watched the movie The Exorcism of Emily Rose. It feels terrifying because the film claims it's based on a true story. Yes, guys. But what if I told you that the real story behind Emily Rose is not supernatural at all, but one of the most tragic examples of how belief, fear, and lack of medical understanding can destroy humans' life? Today's topic is the science behind exorcism, and the most important question we must ask honestly is this demonic possession actually possible? So, guys, let's start with the movie that shaped how billions of people see exorcism. The Exorcism of Emily Rose shows a young woman possessed by demonic forces, rejecting medical treatment and finally dying after multiple exorcism rituals. The movie frames the story as a battle between the faith and science, suggesting science failed while religion was right. But the real person behind Emily Rose was a German woman named Anneliese Michel, and her true story is far more disturbing than the movie ever showed. Anneliese Michel was born in 1952 in Germany into a deeply religious Catholic family. At the age of 16, she began experiencing blackouts, seizures, and hallucinations. Doctors diagnosed her with temporal lobe epilepsy and later severe depression with psychotic features. These are serious neurological and psychiatric conditions. Temporal lobe epilepsy is known to cause intense religious visions, auditory hallucinations, extreme fear, and the feeling that an external entity is present. Modern neuroscience confirms this. The temporal lobe plays a major role in emotion, belief, memory, and perception. When it malfunctions, the brain can create experiences that feel absolutely real to the person, even though they are not caused by anything supernatural. So, guys, despite receiving medication, Annalie's condition did not improve significantly. Instead of adjusting treatment or seeking the advanced psychiatric care, her family became convinced she was possessed. She began reporting that she saw demons, heard voices telling her she was damned, and felt physically attacked by the unseen forces. These symptoms are textbook signs of untreated psychosis combined with epilepsy. But because her family and priest interpreted everything through a religious lens, medical explanations were slowly rejected. In 1975, after repeated requests, the Catholic Church approved an exorcism. This itself is important to understand, guys. Even the church does not easily approve exorcism, they require medical evaluation first. However, at that time, mental health understanding was limited and religious belief heavily influenced decision making. Over the next 10 months, Annalise underwent more than 60 exorcism sessions. During this time, she stopped eating properly, refused medication, performed repeated kneeling rituals that broke her knees, and slowly starved herself. She died in 1976 at just 23 years, weighing less than 30 kilograms. The autopsy report was clear. Cause of death was malnutrition and dehydration. No demons, no supernatural injuries. Just a human being who needed medical care but received religious rituals instead. Her parents and the priest were later convinced of negligent homicide. This is not a movie story, guys. This is a documented legal case. Now comes the critical question. If demonic possession is not real, why do people experience these terrifying symptoms? So, science has very clear answers for this. Conditions like schizophrenia, bipolar disorder with psychotic features, dissociative identity disorder, epilepsy, severe depression, PTSD, and extreme states can all produce hallucinations, altered voices, convulsions, personality changes, and even superhuman strength due to adrenal surges. When the brain is under extreme psychological pressure, it can create externalize internal conflict. The mind creates an enemy because it feels easier to fight something external than face the internal trauma. There is also something called the nocebo effect, the opposite of placebo. If a person strongly believes they are possessed, their brain can create physical symptoms to match that belief. Cultural influence plays a huge role here. In Christian cultures, people report demons. In Islamic cultures, people report jinn. In Hindu context, spirit or negative energies are blamed. The symptoms change, but the brain mechanism is the same. This alone strongly suggests the cause is psychological, not just supernatural. So, guys, how is exorcism actually performed? In Christianity, exorcism involves prayers, commands, fasting, holy water, and repeated verbal confrontation with the supposed demon. Psychologically, this functions like an intense suggestion ritual. In rare cases, symptoms appear to improve after exorcism, but science explains this too. Temporary improvement can happen due to the stress release, emotional catharsis, placebo response, or the patient feeling safe because authority figures are present. This is not a proof of demons, it is proof of how powerful belief is on the human nervous system. So, guys, are these cases where people were cured by exorcism? There are claims, but none verified under the controlled scientific conditions. In contrast, there are many documented cases where exorcism caused serious harm or death as well. Apart from Anneliese Michel, there are modern cases across the world where individuals died during exorcism due to starvation, beatings, suffocation, or denial of medical care. These deaths are real. The demons were never proven. Another common belief is that demons demand tasks or sacrifices to be completed. This idea comes entirely from the folklore and religious storytelling, not science. In reality, these demands often come from the patient's own subconscious fears, guilt, or trauma. The brain creates a narrative to explain the suffering. Once again, belief shapes the experience. So, guys, is the demonic possession scientifically possible? Based on all the available evidence, the answer is no. There is no verified proof of external supernatural entities controlling the human brain. What we do have overwhelming proof of is how fragile, powerful, and easily influenced the human mind can be. When religion replaces medicine, tragedy follows. When fear replaces understanding, people suffer. This does not mean faith is useless. Faith can provide emotional comfort, community support, and hope. But faith cannot replace diagnosis, therapy, medication, and evidence based treatment. Anneliese Michel did not need an exorcism, she needed a neurologist, a psychiatrist, and sustained care. Her death was preventable. So, guys, movies like The Exorcism of Emily Rose are powerful because they blur reality. They make us question science and romanticize suffering. But real life is not cinema. Real life demands a responsibility. The real horror is not demons. The real horror is what happens when society refuses to accept mental illness as illness. So, guys, next time someone asks you whether demonic possession is real, remember this story. Remember Annalise Michel. Remember that the brain can create hell without any demons at all. And remember that understanding saves lives while ignorance destroys them. So, guys, thank you so much for staying till the end. If you believe truth matters more than the fear, share this stream with all your friends and family. And let's replace myths with the knowledge. Also, let me know your thoughts in the comments. Have you ever experienced any person being possessed, or have you ever seen exorcism being performed? Thank you so much. Or any real horror story you must have experienced, you can let me know in the comments. Thank you so much for joining, guys. If you like this topic and breakdown, and if you would like to see videos like this in the future, let me know in the comments. Thank you so much for joining. We'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you.